Hello. Well, let's see. Boring Bob. Yes, Boring Bob. Okay. Okay, here I am. Hello. Anybody out there? Let's see. Uh-huh. Nobody out there? Okay, well, I shall proceed. Okay. Huh. 2 minutes in, nobody's watching. Ouch. Hello? Boring Bob has arrived. It's 1:30 in the morning, Michigan time, or roughly thereabouts. Howdy, howdy. Stoner Bob trying to be Boring Bob tonight. Oh, what happened? It went to 0 again. Wow, that's strange. Better to be here and give it a shot. I'm not going to pass this opportunity by. That's right. Didn't know where to go. It's over there somewhere. Indeed. Oh, it's making noise. Let's see what this one's got going on. Well, no. Ain't that special? I think that's just exceptional. And that one's making noise now. 4 minutes into this. Da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. Hello, stoners. Hello, stonerettes and stoner dudes. 420 right there. 4 minutes and 20 seconds into this. Yes. I don't know what that is. Huh. Da 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 da. Ba da da da. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hey, that thing's finally kicking to life. Okay. It's not enough numbers. One more. Okay. Okay, it doesn't have a lot of battery left on it. Yep. Okay, so. Da-da, da-da, da-da. What I got going on tonight, guys, is this. Zynga Poker. And I'm sure that that's nice and boring. That's just the way it is. Winning on an average of about 1 in 17 hands. That's if there's only 4 people at the table with you. That's been my experience. It's about 1 in 17 is your real average. And I got about 16 billion chips. But I got about 12% of battery, so chances are it's not going to last very long. Daily challenge. What kind of daily challenge is it going to give me? Is it going to keep me on the cusp of entertainment? I don't know. We shall see. Okay. Boring Bob at your service. Okay. So what I'm going to do is select a table. That would be you, game. Ding. And it should deal me in here pretty soon. Now, mind you, I'm not the pro at this. I'm just here to help. And while I'm here to help, I'm going to waste time playing Texas Hold'em and talk to people. Aw, why didn't you stay? Okay, one person in chat. William. Hi, William. All right. 2 people in chat. Because my phone says, this phone here up here, ding, says 1 right about where my finger's at. And so, dang. I'm going to play Hold'em tables, minimum buy-in 100 million. Why not pretend I'm a multi-millionaire, 100 billionaire, couple of billion. I got 14 billion or 15, 16 billion, something like that in this game. It ain't real money, so it ain't like it really matters. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till I'm officially at the table. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, and I'd like advice. Let's see. I'm going to start with about, 300 million. Okay, and I'm going to buy into the game. Oh, and by the way, they gave me a new watch. I don't know why. I keep playing the game. They keep giving me new watches on here. Like, this pretend watch on this account matters. Okay. Pair of 9s. Some hairbag already bet 30, so I put 25 with what my nickel I already had out there. And here we go. We're on that merry-go-round. How much is he going to bet this time? 55, yay. I'm so delighted when people just show off like, this is so real. He disappeared, what happened? Oh no, he folded. In different words, he lost. He went all in against Stoner Bob and didn't have a chance. Of course, now I got a 5-8 hearts. Got a 5 on the table. A 3 just dealt, an ace and a king going against me. 6. So 5 is what I got, and 6 beat me. That's okay. Like I said, I'm kind of getting used to getting beat at this game. I am not good at poker. I'm pretty good at making food. I enjoy making food. People enjoy the food I make. It's almost like a song and dance. I got a pair of queens this time that came out king, 7, 4, 9, 2. So I'm sticking with it. Maybe I won, maybe I didn't. Nope. 9s and 4s. Somebody had 2 pairs and beat me with 9s and 4s. And so now I got a king and a 7 of hearts. And I put my 5 million in. And now where I'm dealt up a king of clubs, jack of hearts, 2 of diamonds. And of course I've got the king. So chances are I'm going to play, oh Christ, and what comes up? An ace of hearts, or ace of clubs, which means it kind of counterfeits my kings if somebody's got an ace in their hands. But they didn't bet on it, so I'm going to bet on my foolishness here and see if I'm going to win. And do I win? And maybe I should figure out how to put the camera in so you can see me playing this game. I'm not that smart. I'm definitely not that smart. And it would probably be even more boring than watching me. But again, those that are here know why you're here. You're here to help me promote my channel. And if I have to sit here until the sun comes up, babbling on, I think it's worth my time, because eventually I'm going to get my 4,000 hours of watch time, and it's going to take a lot of people pitching in and being bored to death and all that. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on doing my thing. And now it says nobody's in there. Oh no, I'm by myself. Oh no. My head's not going to explode. I'll grant you that. My head's not going to explode. Boring Bob is going to maintain his boring Bobism. Yes, I am definitely going to be playing the jack and the king. Or the jack and the king on board. So I'll have to raise it up again just to let people know I'm actually playing. And they just gave it to me. They didn't want to play. For some reason, they didn't want to play. And I don't know if I have to have permission from Scumbag Poker. Singa Poker. I don't know if I have to have permission from them to show their game as I'm getting beat to death on it. It is my beating, and I'll play if I want to. Now I got a pair of 3s, and I had to bet 5 million chips just to play. So I'm going to raise it up, full pot, just to make everybody go, yeah, I don't want to. And they all folded. Now I got an ace king of spades. Let's see what kind of goofy board we get this time. We get a 4 of hearts, 7 of spades, 9 of spades. So I'm going to check it down. And that way, it doesn't come out with a spade pretty soon, because I got a jack of hearts. There's my spade. Okay, somebody raise it up. Okay, I'll raise it up. Okay, thank you. Nobody's gonna play that. One dummy. Just one dummy out of 4. Thank you. I did it again. Yes, I won. I do love doing this. I really do. I think that no matter what it is that I do, as long as I do something, I think that there's a magical quotient to this, that it's not that I'm going to say some ultimate gigantic piece of wisdom, but just the fact that I care enough to give it a shot every day, to come on my little tube that YouTube, and come out here and say something friendly every day, and give everybody a big hug. You know, one stoner and three cats. And when I saw her have that title, I was just delighted. I mean, I think anybody that, and this guy just went all in, 500 million. Anybody that likes cats, that likes to get high, absolutely ought to, subscribe to one stoner and three cats. There's my sweetheart. There you are. The team, Northwoods Press, and his wife, NH Mountain Girl. Man, I'm telling you, this is just as good as it gets, man. I'm watching everybody just go crazy on this game. This guy just went all in with a pair of sevens. And there was a dummy at the table that went in with a two and a queen. Please insert both oars before paddling. I'm telling you, I began to wonder what some of these people are thinking. I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist. I pretended I was an honorary gynecologist a couple of different times, but the reality is I'm just good old me, boring Bob, retired truck driver and a chef. And them two really do mix well, them two occupations. I mean to tell you, I do have a ball. Inspection team for TGI Fridays. Worked for Holiday Inn for a while. Gotta stand up here because this guy's being a jackass. So I'm gonna stand up and pick a new table and do it again. I'm gonna get on another table. I bought in at 500 and left it at 870. So now I'm starting over. I'm going to buy in at 230 million. Hip waiters not included. And so I bought in at 230 million. I, just bet 5 million because everything's 5 million. You want a bag of potato chips, 5 million. You want a new remote control, 5 million. I guess, I don't know. I'm just kind of pretending and winging it, pretending like I know something I don't know. And a lot of times I think that the creativity, people are lacking in creativity. I mean, I see the names of the cannabis industry businesses and I think, how do you ever expect anybody to remember your brand name, to Google it, to just say, oh, well, my friend Jim wants to get a semi-trailer from Stoner Bob. Well, if you don't know Stoner Bob, how are you going to get that semi-trailer? Man, I'm telling you, I damn sure need some help building this channel, though. I need to figure out what the quotient is. That lady, the Mayhem and Miracles, and Masha is absolutely got it plugged in. She has figured it out. And she's on like 3 platforms. I'm only on 2 platforms. I'm only on Instagram. Well, I'm on LinkedIn. And I think LinkedIn is just as important as any other platform. But if you get curious, you can actually go to Google and type in 420 in plain sight. Or you can just say it into your microphone, 420 in plain sight. And you'll be looking at my resume. The first 8 things listed are, at least 8 things listed are all me. Humberto Monreal, that's one of my backups. A lot of the things that people do for entertainment value. And a lot of times the entertainment value is drastically lacking. And when I look at the missing opportunities in the cannabis industry, when I see that you can't rent a place just to grow weed, because they frown on grow houses. They say, oh, well, you can't just take a rental property and rent this room to this person, that room to that person, that room to that person, and they just grow weed there. They don't live there. You can't have that in Michigan. Um, you can't have a place where you can come and smoke your weed and buy something to eat, buy something to drink, and just smoke your own weed. You can't even do that in Michigan. And I think the fact that I have created a brand called the Stoners Dens of Michigan, and because I created that brand and I applied for the licensing to become a cannabis consumption lounge, and the state said you may have an empty room basically with furniture that people can smoke their weed in, but you can't sell anything. But yet they want a substantial non-refundable application fee, $6,000, an $11,000 other kind of taxation license that's non-refundable, and they can just say no and keep your money. Um, I think that in Michigan, our business, our industries being held down. Like take your knee off my throat. The I want to sell my products. A lot of people want to sell their products and can't sell their products because the state says, no, you have to do it our way. You have to have $500,000 liquid assets. You can't have you can't have a license to do anything. Basically, they're so anti-cannabis that if you're not a multi-millionaire with all kinds of assets to just throw at the state, if you're here, have some more money, here, have some more money, you're not going to get what you want to do in this state. And they're just absolutely not. They're not trying. At Northwoods, I'm glad you and your yeah. The team is here and you're represented, and I appreciate that. That matters. That I had it on your channel the whole time. You had three of the I had three of my devices, three of these, like these extra phones. um I keep extras all the time, and I had three of them on your channel at the same time because that's how you get watch hours, and watch hours equate to getting monetized, and getting monetized is like a premier step before I'm going to release the Cannabis Coin Pusher videos. The machine is accessible. I can play the game anytime I want to play the game, but until I get 1,000 subscribers, it's just not going to happen. I mean, 1,000 participating subscribers. 1,000 people know me and just kind of played along and go, oh yeah, I'll subscribe to you, Rob. Yeah, hey, tell him to subscribe to Rob. Yeah, everybody subscribe to Rob, but they're not watching my shit. I mean, the videos, the Mike the Scavenger video ended up getting something like 6,000 views because I said, hey, Mike the Scavenger, check out this plastic dumpster, and 6,000 people tuned in because I said that, but not because of anything that I was doing. I got behind a coin pusher machine and threw in like $5 worth of quarters. Got 6,500 views on it. I think there's more going on YouTube than just selling products. I mean, if it's only about selling products, like, I've got products for sale. I sell these goofy little pins. Everywhere I go, carry a couple hundred of these in my bag with me. And yeah, you wouldn't think that a 40-cent item that you sell for $2.50 is really going to make you a lot of money. And it doesn't make a lot of money all at once. It takes a lot of little pieces of money here and there and here and there. During a day, I might go to 15, 20 different businesses. But then on the other hand, I might unload $600, $700, $800 worth of garbage. Um, yes, there's more than meets the eye to the cannabis industry. Why can't somebody build a trailer park of semi-trailers to grow weed in and rent them out 25% of the trailer or 30% of the trailer or 100% of the trailer or 50% of the trailer, and have it all on solar panels so that it's not coming off the power grid? Unlike all these Teslas that, everybody's freaking out about having a Tesla, an electric plug-in mobile. I mean, oh, well, the footprint on a battery-powered mobile is a little different than... I seen somebody popped in there for about 15 seconds. I saw that. Do it with this hand. I don't know. I've been having a ball because knowing that we all are building a legacy for the future. It might not be a month from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. It might be 10 years from now that somebody stumbles across one of my stupidities or yours do one. Who knows whose it'll be. But somebody's going to get filthy rich off of one of our videos. We're going to accidentally, on purpose, put something out there, and it's going to catch on, and people are going to fall down laughing at our stupid ass. I could be wrong. Someone messing with my channel tonight. Did you catch that? No, I'm a good cook, but I'm not very technical to catch everything. A lot of times I'll put, and it's okay if you do this. It's okay if you take it like one of your excess phones that only works on Wi-Fi and go to your spare extra account and watch YouTube and put on my boring 4.7. That's 4 hours and 47 minutes. Oh my God, am I boring? I did not rewatch it, but I had some help. Let me tell you, Cheryl M came in there, and every time I'd say a channel, she would put it in the chat. And so I'm sharing all these incredible channels that if you go back through and check out the chat during the last live stream, the one that was like, 4 hours and 47 minutes long, if you go through that one, man, some of them channels on there are absolutely incredible channels. Some of the nicest people. And Reidar, Reidar, is listed on that. And he's a truck driver in Norway. And he delivers the wind turbine blades. And he goes all over from Scandinavia to way on down the Atlantic Coast Highway, E39. And he goes all the way down that thing, up and down it. And some of his videos, you can Google E-39 Atlantic Coast Highway, and it is just absolutely phenomenal. And you know what? Ad, okay, right there. And because of who that is, I hope you see what I just did there. I hope you see what I did. You bet Cheryl M's great. But did you get that little notification there, Northwoods? Ding, 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 ding. I hope you did. One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to do a panel. Yes, look at that. I like that. I've got the right team wearing blue letters over here. And Troy and Bagel, if they ever want to come by, and they're always welcome. They would absolutely be moderators. They'd be channel, supervisors, whatever that other moderator position is. The green lettered ones. Eventually, I'm going to have green letters. Oh, I tell you, the first time that I got to be a moderator, the first time I ever got to do that, I was on Timcast, and I'm still a moderator on Timcast. Yeah, here, you get it too. Ding, ding, da 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 da. Da, 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 da. That's how it's done. Expanding the brand, expanding the channel. Put your excess phone on my longest boring video and have it loop. Let that cheeseburger run and cook, and man, I'm telling you, it'll turn into a golf ball after a night. I've had people leave things in the oven. I remember we had a rotisserie oven at MCRD San Diego, this recruit depot, Marine Corps recruit depot San Diego, and they were feeding on an average of, I think, 17,000 per meal at the big mess hall. And I think that's the number that they had there. Now, I could be wrong because they cycled 90,000 a year, so I'm guessing, 17,000, 22,000. That sounds about a typical number per meal. 6 feeding lines. We had a rotisserie oven that you take a standard size sheet pan and have seven of them on a shelf. On each shelf there was 8 shelves on this rotisserie oven, and you put it in, and by the time they got back to you, you were pulling it out because it was done. And they had gotten it down to a mechanical art, to where the amount of time it took to go through one cycle would make a sheet pan of cake. And I mean, we had these gigantic mixers that were huge. This one here, the place that I used to manage was called Purple East, and they're no longer in business. If I hadn't stayed there as long as I did, they wouldn't have been in business as long as they were, because I was basically working for free plus commission. I would work for commission. I did pretty good. But they couldn't. You can't pay the rent when you're not making enough money to keep the electricity on. So I made good money though, because I sell enough other stuff that if you need a semi-trailer, you can get one in plain sight. IPS Grow Systems on Pinterest actually links back to me. And we sell semi-trailers. We got the availability to access lights, power grid for the solar panels that you put up on top of the semi-trailers. The semi-trailer park, though, instead of building another trailer park and have all the trailer trash all over the place and people that don't care about it, no, instead of doing that, it'd be better to make a trailer park out of semi-trailers, divided up with trailer park doors on the sides of them, enter and go through the side doors, divide them up into separate grows. If you want a 10% of a semi-trailer, 20%, 30, 50, 100%, whatever part of a 53-foot trailers. I mean, they got translucent, just like going to Kmart or Myers or Target or anything. And they got the translucent lights. Just means that, you look up and you see these white panels and you can't quite see the light tubes behind it, but that's translucent. And that's what the UPS trucks and Prime vans and things like that do deliveries have that in their ceilings, so that they don't have to put lights in them, but they do put auxiliary lights in them because they deliver in the evenings, so they gotta have lights. Um, I was sitting here playing poker. And man, that game is beating my account to death. Okay. Um, I'm not going to pretend to know if I'm a good poker player or not. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with something called luck, because I don't really believe that no matter how many times you learn, what cards play best, it's like playing match game with grandma. That's what I think of Texas poker. It's like Texas Hold'em. It's like, well, let's play a match game with grandma. Do my cards match the table? No? Then what the hell am I betting on? I mean, um, I maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but it doesn't matter how many chips I have, because I wait until my cards look right. If my cards match up to the ones on the table, okay, then we'll throw some more chips at it. You want to throw some more chips? Here, we'll throw some more. You know, I, and then I don't worry about, am I getting beat? It's the same thing as W Casino. I mean, it's pretend. And so I bet like 15 billion chips. I don't know if that's good or bad or not, because I I'm not Brad Owens. I mean, Brad Owens is the real deal when it comes to playing cards. He's on the World Poker Tour now. And last time I talked to him, he was at the lodge in Texas. I mean, he he just like you and me. He's not special. He dedicated what he's doing to one thing, and I'm pot committed. This is the thing I want to tell you. No matter what you do, stick with what you do, no matter what it is. Somebody's going to appreciate it, and then word will get out that what you do is this or that or this or that, whatever that or this is. That's what is reality. It's like the Aussie coin pusher. Jason and me have been friends for a long time. And hi, Barbara. Oh, I'm so delighted to finally see it. More people are coming in. I am. I'm delighted. But the Aussie coin pusher, I've known Jason for a long time, and Alan, Tyler, and the gang of support behind. And I got to tell you that the coin pusher boredom, the consistent back and forth motion, and the thunking of coins hitting a metal tray and falling off, and him babbling on and babbling on. He's entertaining because he's having fun. And that is above all, if you're having fun and you're genuine, if you're coming from the heart, people are going to see that. They're going to know that. If you're pretending to be anything, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're pretending, it's like the song "Walk" by Pantera. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of "Walk" by Pantera. Um, Pantera was a phenomenal band, and they spoke from. He sang about songs. All of the songs were straight from the heart, and they were highly aggressive, and it made people sweat and get it out of their system every time they would go to the shows, and it was like going to a corn concert or In Flames. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of In Flames. Now, if you have not seen them in concert, it's really a shame, because the band is called In Flames, and just when you go through their song selection, pick that song. That's the name of the band, name of the song, and give that a listen to, and feel the love. I mean, it's like when Jimi Hendrix was playing that guitar with his teeth and behind his back. That that heart, that I'm pouring my Lano. I mean, Pierce Anthony wrote the Seven Incarnations of Immortality books, and in them books he talks about music flowing from the heart, the Lano, Lano, the Lano that flows from the heart and mixes with. It's like when you see Carlos Santana and Rob Lowe and the band is, and they're just flowing together. The whole street is just flowing with people just enjoying it and having fun and sweating it out. And it's the from the heartness of SGV in mass accountability, and it you gotta follow your heart, because if you're not following your heart, you're putting on an act. If you're putting on an act, everybody's gonna look at you and go, "You are putting on an act." And oh my God, Street Light Manifesto. I don't know if if your generation has heard of Streetlight Manifesto. Oh my God, some of the shows, it's the production. Um, when I was in driving semi cross country, I had a Ford L9000 pulling two trailers, pups like UPS and Expo, but ours weren't really that real pretty nice trailers. They were like second generation older than me. And so some of the equipment that I would pull, I remember getting caught coming out of Provo Canyon. Um, oh yeah, PLA. That he's and I'm telling you, he's got a yeah. And um, actually, I'm gonna get off camera and grab my list. Oh my God, don't go nowhere, anybody. I got a list that I've been working on of hardworking people that really matter and really are putting forth the effort to help all of us. And we were just talking about SGV, but don't. No, wait a second. There's Mustang Wild. Okay. Um, no matter how hectic life gets, okay, you once in a while have to just take it easy and and chill and enjoy. And Mustang Wild, I don't know if you like horses or not, but that's a very, very good show channel. Um, Slow County Observer. Um, if we're gonna talk about um, auditors, channels that matter, and Slow Burner. Now I saw Slow Burner today on Devo's Weed Chronicle, um, Junkyard News, um, the Junkyard, Leonid, and Friends. Okay, now we were talking about Pantera, we were talking about In Flames, we were talking about From the Heart Love music. Leonid, Leonid, Leonid and Friends. Oh my God, you talking about from the heart, every one of them people. Oh, they are, each one of them, whether it's the vocalists, one at a time, has earned his place to be part of the team of that collective called Leonid and Friends. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of a band from way back when called Pink Floyd, because there's actually people in this world that have not ever seen Pink Floyd, Focus, Jethro Tull, Zebra. Triumph, Golden Earring. I've had people tell me them particular bands that they have not ever heard of, and it's a damn shame. It's like not knowing who Journey, not knowing who Bryan Adams, Billy Squier, um, some of the important ones, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Oh my God, there are really people that have not ever gotten stoned. And, well, Pink Floyd, because I was raised, or I raised myself on Pink Floyd. There's a channel on YouTube. It's called Trippy, Trippy Vortex. And they take the Pink Floyd albums and they do AI generated art and put it together. And it is some of the most incredible. I mean, all of a sudden, 30, 40, 50 minutes have gone by. You think, I'm just going to watch this for a minute. And I mean, it ate up like an hour, and I was delighted. It was some of the best shit I'd seen in a long time. Hey, J Mac out of Oregon. Um, Flex Your Freedom. That's right. Flex Your Freedoms is one of the very, very first channels that I ran across. Of course, Dr. Izzy, Dr. Carl, Dr. Yeah, I'm not going to give you a list of doctors. I just love to listen to people babble on about strange and trippy things. And if you didn't get to see Queen when they were touring in the 80s, when he was still healthy, and when I got to see 4 nights in a row at Irvine Meadows, because I had to work 4 nights in a row for Concerts West, and so I got to see Billy Squier open up for Queen 4 different nights. 2.5 months later, I was working for the same company in Los Angeles at some place, I don't know. Meadow, no. Anyway, I was in Pink Floyd, Coliseum, LA Coliseum. 4 nights in a row, Pink Floyd, The Wall. Oh my God, what a show. And being paid to be part of that experience was just absolutely incredible. Zeppelin, absolutely. That was a phenomenal show that I had to go to Germany to see. But it was worth it. I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, and I found out how to go about doing it. A colonel said, hey, come on, Bob, let's go. And we went. Oh my God. I was telling you guys about the guy that drives all over Norway, and my buddy Reidar, Reidar, Humlestol, and he crossed the T. Humlestol or something like that. And his buddy that he poked my brain towards was Rail Cowgirl, all one word, RAILCOWGIRL. Rail Cowgirl. You'll get to go from like Oslo to Bergen, just city to city to city on the train. Okay, talk about an incredible train ride from the front of the train in Norway. Oh my God, it's phenomenal. And that's Rail Cowgirl. Cool stuff. And if you like volcanoes, of course, Rob Tasker, RUV, or RUV dot is Rob Tasker and his team in Iceland. that have got cameras set up so they can watch like the whole island. And if there's a volcano going off, they're going to know it. They're going to have first class, top notch, right there stuff. Um, oh my God, yes. Silent J's a good auditor. Okay, I don't know if you know about Silent J. That's a good stuff. Yes, Silent J is a very, very good one. And MAA audits. And oh my God, some of the incredible auditors that I've been plugging into that gotta go. Well, leave one of your extra devices. Oh, look at that! There's Devo. What's up, brother? And you see her in blue letters, brother. Where's Upstate? Have him come by. Say, that'd be great. Um, I'm gonna burn at least an hour tonight, maybe an hour and a half. I found that by not smoking anymore. Did you guys know that I quit smoking? That's right. No more ciggies. No more of that crap. Um, oh, that is Upstate. Cool, brother. Why don't you drop the link to your channel, the Upstate Audit channel? Can you do that? That would be fabulous. I'd love to see that. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to use this tube that's you. I'm not real good at it yet, but I'm starting to catch on. And Blueberry and Squirty Poo. Oh, I made sure that I got Kiki Poo in the video this time. I don't know how many people like my cats, but Blueberry and Squirty Poo insisted that I make a new video. And this time they wouldn't let me do it unless, Kiki was involved. She was like the center of attention. I mean, I pulled the chair around and Squirty sat down and got comfortable, and then little tiny Blueberry came up and got comfortable out there in the front of the chair. And Squirty or Kiki Poo kept pacing back and forth, and it was like, "Come on, get your video out!" And so I got out the video camera and I started videoing the girls, and I made a nice little video, and I hope everybody had a good time with it. Fantastic! There you go, guys. There's the link to Upstate's channel. Make sure everybody subscribe to the links that are provided here. Um, Cheryl M was here a couple of nights ago when I was doing this, and she put out all kinds of channel links. Hey, Northwoods, do you want this one to also have a wrench? You want this one to have a wrench? J Mac, yeah, you got one. Let's see, go one more right there. As a moderator, I like doing this. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Both your accounts got that position now. Yes. Yes. It's the best pizza I've made in a long time. Absolutely the very best. And no, we're not talking about chocolate. And yes, yes, Nestle makes the very worst. Oh no, Hershey's makes incredible chocolate. I like Hershey's. Don't get me started on my chocolate. I have to reach over and grab it. Oh, one of these little Hershey Kisses. Yes, I kiss myself on the head with a Hershey. Very good for me. And tonight, as opposed to drinking Monster, before I pull it up in front of the camera, take a guess what you think I'm drinking tonight. Take a guess. It has a cap. It's in a plastic bottle. It's not alcohol. No, 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 no. I haven't drank since the 80s. No guesses? Cha-ching! Brisk! Yes! Oh, I'm so delighted. I am absolutely delighted. I'm getting some help. And like I said in my very first live stream, I said, if it weren't for Devo and Upstage and the panel that they had that day had I Love Weed Live was in panel at Devo's Weed Chronicles show. And that's where I made the decision to start doing my YouTube channel for serious, because I weren't taking it serious. Good deal. Man, but I had 79 subscribers May 22nd. Okay, May 22nd. The last one that went by, that's when I had 79 subscribers. And just the encouragement that I got and the you can do this. This is nothing. This is easy. Anybody can do this. All you got to do is just take a little while out every day, no matter what time of day or night it is. Take a little bit of your time, press the button, set up the little camera doohickey there, and just be honest. Don't pretend up something. There's Bob. Howdy, Bob. Good to see you. And don't pretend up anything. Just come from the heart. Like Devo and Upstate, they come from the heart. They're not trying to pretend. They're not trying to be popular. This ain't Facebook, Farcebook. It ain't anything other than what it is. It's everybody from the heart. Team. Whoa. Back up one. Right there. Right there. I think I got it done right. Team Woo Woo, put something on there. Let's get this. There you go. See, that's how it's done. We are unscripted, absolutely. Yeah, you got to come from the heart, because, it's one thing to take little crib notes, like I take crib notes. That I tell everybody, look, if somebody tells you that the volcano's going off in Iceland, you go to Isaac Finnbogason, and he's got a drone flying over it. Okay, and that's if you like horses, Wild Mustang. I'm repeating this because I want people to see the good stuff. Okay, and Glacier Shark. Lab 360. If you got time to kill, Lab 360. We have known each other for many, many years. We are like family. Fantastic. SFMF. Okay. Ants Canada. And because I like watching ants tear creatures apart. That's just something I like. Anyway, Silent J. How about Big Nick? Has anybody ever heard of Big Nick? Big Nick out of South Florida. He's a guy that says, you ever heard of the Constitution? You ever heard of the First Amendment? That's Big Nick out of South Florida. He's a straight shooter. He'll tell you and it's like Slow Burner. Is Slow County Observer. Oh my God, he'll tell him in a second just where to put it in the wind. With that little short dude, Mark, when it hits me, I'll tell you. Well, I'm glad of that. I am. Oh, and because you're getting ready to get shit on with a bunch of we like within an hour or so we're gonna be getting snowed on, rained on, snowed on, and blown on, and that's gonna get all nasty over your way there, upstate, or there towards upper part of New York, up nearby Canada, Nova Scotia. I guess I ain't familiar with that part of the planet. I heard it gets cold up there, but anyway, it's getting ready to get shitty there because it's getting ready to get shitty here, and everything goes from west to east. So you're gonna try some of my flavor here real soon. Have my favorite flavor, that's called winter. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, Becky! Look at her butt. Tell me, what song is that from? What song is that one from? Does anybody remember that? Um, I do. I remember all kinds of crazy stuff. That's what I do. But then again, what else am I supposed to do? I'm a crazy old man. I'm supposed to be doing crazy old shit. If you ain't a crazy old man, why are you doing crazy old shit? That's what I always wonder. Okay, now that I'm in it back, look, guys, I need somebody that can find me a glass blower. I need somebody that actually works with glass and would make the green sheep. Just little figurines. Hey, little figurines. Like the size of your little finger or smaller for height. Okay? 2 inches, 2.5 inches tall. Sheep. Green. I mean, yeah, Big Nick. I'm telling you, man, I love Big Nick. He's one of them that really made a super impression on me because he's not even, he's about the same size as me, about 5'11", whatever. But everybody's thinking when you say the word Big Nick, they're thinking some guy is 7'10" or something. It's like, no, he's like 6 foot tall. He's normal, but he's got a above average common sense approach to things, and he knows what the line is and does not intentionally cross the line. There's a few, like the guy out there in Arizona, that pushes the envelope as far as he can until it forces them basically to go hands-on with him so he can collect. I'm an old man. I'm not going to go on, try to provoke any of these Blue Line gang members of their sheriff's version, the Poop Stain gang line, or you got to get the point. But I need a glass maker. And I need somebody that really, really, really does. Hi, my twin. Oh, somebody new to mine. I never heard of you. I'm delighted to see a new person in my chat. Now we're going to touch on something here. How about we right here is a 420 family gathering? Why don't we create something unique? And we could call ourselves, our group, our family gathering. We could be the Cannabis Commission. I mean, think about it. If we got Oklahoma with Devo, we got upstate in New York, me in Michigan, you're in New Hampshire. I just think that if we all just kind of put our heads to this, we could become the Cannabis Commission of America. I mean, and be the authority that forces Congress or president, whoever's president, I don't even know who's president now. Or who's pretending to be president. I mean, the dude that can't read the script. Who's telling him what to say? I mean, just that is kind of what I've been wondering is that, hey, I didn't know I was off camera. Sorry. Here, why don't I go like this? Okay, now I'm still on camera. Okay, I haven't got a teleprompter, so I don't really know what to say. um, but I still think that we should become or create the Cannabis Commission. It sounds so important. It sounds so relevant. It could be sponsored by the 420 Network. It could be sponsored by IPS Grow Systems. It could be sponsored by Stoner Bob's Lids. There's options available, and as long as there's options available, well, I guess I'm willing to take a look at it. I mean, if what does that mean? I'm lost. Oh no! What am I missing? I watch out. Wait a second. I'm barely understanding this. I'm brand new at using chat, so. Oh, okay. Um, so how does Cash Cow Enterprises sound? Anybody like that idea? Cash Cow Enterprise and the Cannabis Commission. That sounds pretty hairbagitis. We could do that on the Tube That's You. That's right, the Tube That's You. Not First Book. Not First Book. The Tube That's You. The one that doesn't pay nothing. Okay. Okay, so does that mean somebody's gonna leave their device on and watch my boring Bob? Boring Bob! Oh no, it's Boring Bob! Yes, I'm here, guys. And yes, I have my script book with me. I cannot write you a script. Do not. I wish I could write you a script. I don't think scripting. I've learned from my mother has several kids by 5 men. Her husband married me. If she's happy, that's what matters. If you're happy, that's what matters. All other considerations are obscure. Everybody needs to be content and be happy. I think we also need to get the Cannabis Dollar Store working, because with the Cannabis Dollar Store, we can start selling things for $1, $2, $5, and double our money on each item. I've got plugged into Temu, and it seems to be doing pretty good. There it is. Hey man, boom, look, let's do this. Do that, and do the right thing and push you on like that. Right? 420? Okay. He'll see something different when he types the next thing in. As he is with SGV, he gets the same wrench here too. Oh no, he gets the authority wrench. I gave him the authority wrench here. Yes. I know. I gotta admit, I'm sure I'm boring, and That is what it's supposed to be. Trying to figure this out. Here, let me turn it that way. Okay. This is more fun. I mean, I didn't know this was going to be fun. I thought this was going to be a task. I was like, the 6-year-old boy standing on stage having to shake the tambourine for the song, and him having the chills, and I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, I remember doing that. I was so nervous my first time on stage. Oh my God. I was like I must have been like 5. And I was not ready to be on stage, but there I was. Somebody had to sing. I got caught singing too many times, and they made me a singer. And I did that until I realized, hey, I don't have to sing no more. I can play drums. And then it got a lot more fun. And especially California, the being working for Concerts West, it really changed my abilities, my surroundings, my whole concept of life. And the meeting people in La Jolla, I'm a hang glider. They wouldn't let me jump out of enough planes. The Marine Corps had this little thing where they would tell me, you're a cook, okay? You work your little 3 days a week. You get your 4 days off. You're a cook. You don't gotta play G.I. Joe like everybody else. I got lucky. I got out of boot camp. Instead of going to ITR like everybody else in boot camp, went to infantry training regiment. They sent me to San Diego. Wait a second, I just graduated from here. Now I'm going to be stationed here? What? They stationed me at San Diego as a cook. As a E2. One little stripe on my arm, and sent me to school. All I had to do was report 5 days a week at 7:30 a.m. and dismissed. Sayonara, see you tomorrow. And for 2.5 years, I went to school at UCSD. It was fun. And let me tell you, it was an absolute thrill to be stationed at MCRD San Diego and have absolutely no responsibilities at all. I was good at being lazy. And what the best part of it is once I got done with going to school, they sent me to the easiest duty station. I mean, there were guys that would re-enlist just to be stationed at El Toro, California? Why? Well, you're 6 minutes from Disneyland. And that matters what? What? Oh, so you can get a job off base and get paid really good while you're here. Oh, I get it. Now it makes sense. All these people want to be stationed at Marine Corps Air Station, El Toro. I didn't want to get stationed there. It's expensive to live off base there. I mean, thank you. Yeah, hit that thumb up. Share this with somebody. I don't know who. You know people I don't know. So share this with somebody that I don't know, which is anybody. When I was stationed at MCAS El Toro, there were guys on what's called working party. Every morning, people had to clean up like all the common areas and the trash and trash cans and parking lots. And there was E5 sergeants, guys with 3 stripes on their arms and 2 stripes on their arms, coming on working party to clean up the there were no E1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. Everybody was an E5 because they had re-enlisted to come to this place. And I didn't I don't get it. I mean, I still to this day, you're welcome. I absolutely had the most fun in my life. Riding on the, I wrote, the, I was a corporal stationed at El Toro, and my name kept picked for TAD, not temporary assignment duty. They sent me to 29 Palms for 90 days. I thought I was going there as a chef. No, we don't need you as a chef. We got all kinds of help here. We got more help than we need. We need you as the major's driver. Okay, all right. So my entire task, my job, was to drive a oak leaf around, and he needed me about like an elevator and an outhouse. He didn't need me at all because he had a car. Okay, I was useful as handlebars on a screwdriver. He didn't warrant having, or he had been assigned on TO, which whatever the hell that means, that he rated he rated a driver, but he didn't want a driver. He rated one. So let me tell you, a time that I was at 29 Palms for 90 days, I did pretty much nothing. I didn't get to draw unemployment, which really bummed me out. I didn't get to draw unemployment. I worked for Concerts West, and I lost out on 90 days of employment while I was at 29 Palms. But give and take, good stuff or bad stuff. Some of the greatest things that I experienced in life, one of them was experienced at 29 Palms, and that was laying out at night and there being absolutely no light at all, and seeing the starscape as it really is with absolute dark, and it is absolutely phenomenal. And there was the only thing that could compete with being a Marine was driving a semi and the freedom of living in a semi. And it didn't matter what season it was. It didn't matter what part of the country I was in. I met some of the most, everything I've ever done in life, I always meet absolutely incredible people. Not just once in a while, but constantly. When the earthquake happened and my truck kind of needed to get off the side of the road, and I didn't realize that's why I was getting off the side of the road, because there was an earthquake coming on. I thought something was wrong with my semi, and so I oozed off the side of the road and parked and set my air brakes, and it was still moving and clunking. I thought it was my engine, so I shut it off, and it was still moving and clunking. It was like, oh, we're in an earthquake. Okay, it got done with, and I noticed that, the hill over there was like dust coming up, and I look over that way, and there's dust coming up, and I look up the freeway there, and I look up 880, I'm coming out Milpitas, and I'm heading north, and I see dust coming up, and I'm listening to the World Series, and the World Series got delayed, canceled today because of the earthquake. Come to find out, if I'd have been another mile north of where I was at right now, I'd have been part of that, where the Nimitz collapsed and all them people died, and instead I got to be here today. 9/11 happened. 9/10 on Day before, I had backed up. I'd gone to Steel Case and got a load. And was at Building 4 underneath the building, because that's where you unload, at 2:30 in the morning. And I was backed up at the truck stop over in Jersey City, facing the Twin Towers where 9/11 happened. That's when I quit trucking. I came back and parked my truck, gave him back the keys, said, never again. And I have not driven any anythings since then. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore what's going on. Stuff that you cannot record on. I wish we'd had camera. I wish we'd had cell phones during 9/11. While we had them, cell phones in the truck, but they were like, oh my God! If you pick up your loaf of bread size phone, because it was like as big as a loaf of bread, and you pick that thing up and disconnect it from the body, so it's just the cord in the headphone, you're like doing this stuff with a cord attached to this thing, and it was like $3 a minute to use that phone in the semi truck. Needless to say, I sure didn't use that very often. I was I think that there does appear to be an overabundance of censorship and rules for thee, not for me. A lot of things in this world are not just not right, are completely obscure to what reality really should be of. And maybe I'm perceiving things incorrectly, but I when I'm hearing things like there's 9 or 10 million new refugees in America, and our government hasn't. I mean, if they're going to let that many people into America, well, how about a plan? I mean, how about a plan of action? Not a governor saying, well, here New York, here Chicago, here New York, here Providence, here Rhode Island, here. If somebody wants to be part of this country, then they should have a social security card. I don't care if you got here 15 minutes ago or 15 years ago. I can't change that. You can. You should in hand be issued a identification. I missed what he said. I didn't get to see that. I think that if somebody's an adult, they're in this country and they're not gonna they don't want to go back wherever they came from. They want to stay, work, get a fucking job. Don't be on government assistance. We don't need 10 million people on government assistance. We can't sustain it. It cannot be done. Yeah, it's 35 here at 3 in the morning here in Grand Rapids. It was like, nice out. Really nice out. 35 ain't that bad. It's February in Michigan. Now let me think about this. It's February 15th in Michigan at 3 in the morning. It is 35 degrees. Wait a second. When I was a kid growing up, I remember in February we were out in the front yard sliding downhill in the saucer metal aluminum disc things that we slide down the hills all around our properties. And It's not like that nowadays. We're not getting that kind of snow like we used to get. The amount of snow. I'm yeah. New Hampshire, NH Now, NH News Now. Um, the one that was actually a friend of Post 10. Post 10 is in Maine, and NH News Now is like all up through that area. And he goes and, yeah, yeah, exactly, Mountain Girl, exactly. And the Indiana auditor, you can drop links. I would be delighted if you would drop any auditors that you know of. If you know of an auditor that has a channel that audit that is a incredible auditor. Um, um, oh my God, what is the now? Now I tried to think. Nothing happened. Okay. The tube that's you is better than the farce that's the book. Yeah, I don't use that. Audit that is the name of the channel I was thinking of. Oh, cool. Oh, so I can go like this. Oh, I'm like it better on this phone. This phone's way more fun because now I can actually go to some of these better channels and tell you about them. Because I think that's part of what doing my show, doing what I do. Um, does Does anybody like the scrappers, like the guys that drive their little pickup truck around and they pick up this, they pick up a water cooler, they pick up a hot water heater, they pick up this scrap, they pick up the tables, they pick up the chairs, and nacho, NACHO, like nachos, nacho stuff. Okay, he goes around in Florida picking stuff up. He's pretty funny to listen to. But sometimes he acts like somebody stole the Twinkies out of his lunchbox and he's not quite able to get over it. And that's kind of a shame because, there's a million and one reasons to have a smile on your face. Actually, there's about 8 billion reasons why here on Earth. There's about 8 billion humanoids living on this planet right now. And look at that, I'm at the W's already. Oh, ooh, what is all this past the Z's? Hannah, REF channel, Lady Wolverine, Kimba, Luke Baker, Seth Squatch. Now there you go, guys. Seth, SETHSQUATCH. Seth Squatch. Good channel. UK Medic. I don't know if any of you know him. I don't know if anybody's ever been Paraguay or not. Let's Cats Paraguay. She's a sweetheart. Moto Vlogs. Hey, here we go. Zach Welch. YouTube advertisers, YouTube creator channel. That's right. They have a YouTube creators channel. And it's about as useless because I haven't learned how to use it. That's the only reason it's useless. If I was smart, I'd know how to use it and it would not be useless. it would be useful. I like things that are useful. As you see, I'm going down my list of channels. And I'm just about, there we go, WXYZ Detroit. Okay. World Cam, World Poker Tour, World News, okay. Woodworking Guide, that's a good channel. I don't know if anybody likes to work with wood. Get your mind out of the gutter. Okay. Woodworking Guide. I wanted my mind to have a spot by itself. That's why I said get your mind out of the gutter. Oh yeah, Wolfie Gladly. Now look, I don't know if you guys like a lot of different cop watchers. Wolfie Gladly is a good one. William Rigged. Is that phone over there charging up? Wide World of Trains. I don't know if everybody's off into trains or not, but somebody might be into trains, and therefore The Wide World of Trains is a good channel. Okay. Is this thing gonna tip over? Yeah, 7 Idea is a channel that is nothing but trains. He's in, I think, he's east of Seattle, and he was up there by Kirkland and Stella Calm. Yeah, he was up north of Seattle for a while. Then he moved east, and he's out by the pass. So I just love that area. That is so beautiful. It really is. Okay, guys, look. What the Hales? Hales. What the Hales? Take it as it is. There are a lot of different attempts to become a better channel on YouTube. They have some highly entertaining concepts, and yeah, it just, yeah, good stuff. What Can I Break is actually the name of a channel that I caught my attention, and I watched it a bunch of times because it really relieves your pent up anger and stuff. What Can I Break? All one word. Of course, when you hear the orange dude that was president, you hear him talking about Wharton School of Law. It actually is there is actually a Wharton School of Law, and they have a pretty good channel. I looked into it, not because of Orange Head, because I wanted to. We Will Survive is a good channel. We Love Animals is another good channel. Four Corners, yeah. Yeah, Four Corners, good stuff. Watchmen 007. That's right, Watchmen 007, a good channel. On a smart ass watching something. Warthog Defense, if you want to get a skewed view of what's going on in Russia, supposedly, in Ukraine, on a skewed view, then yeah, Warthog Defense. If you want more of a factual basis, the Polish channel DW is also German news connected. Good stuff. DW. Wake and Bake. That's a good channel. Again, if you like Iceland and canoeing and hang gliding and all kinds of outdoor adventures, oh my God, Iceland's phenomenal. It's better than Iceland, or better than Greenland. They actually have more going on. But anyway, if you decide you want to go to Iceland, Visir, VISIR.is, get you kind of plugged in. Reykjavik News is pretty good. If you got a lot of money in your pocket and you really want to shit away a bunch of money, and you can go to fly into the airport at Reykjavik and go to the great big hotel that overlooks the city. It's Hotel Borg, B-O-R-G, Hotel Borg. And it's been there for over 800 years, the city has. And the hotel is kind of rustic. It's an older style hotel with massive rooms for the rich and normal size rooms for commoners. They're not like part of the Borg collective. They don't have Borg drones. I mean, they're just Hotel Borg. It's a real nice place. They got every amenity. It just know in your heart that you can spend a lot of money there. Okay, because food's really expensive. Okay. You think it's expensive here? You think it's expensive in Alaska? You think it's easy to eat in Japan? Maybe it is. It's expensive in Iceland. Virtual live show. Absolutely, you're worth your time. VidIQ. Okay. Think Media. If you have not yet plugged into Think Media, take the time to write that one down. You want to plug into Think Media and VidIQ. You can get real answers to questions you have about creating, inventing, and doing different things with YouTube. To get better at YouTube, to get off your lazy ass and point your cell phone at something and make a video is the very hardest thing for a lot of people to do, is to just make that first video and see yourself on the tube. That's you. And once you back away and realize, man, even Stoner Bob can do this. Do you realize how easy this has to be? Just absolutely the simplest, most brain dead thing you can possibly do in life, and actually at some point end up getting paid for it. I'm ruffling. I had my feathers all. I had to unruffle my feathers. It was getting kind of clogged up here on Jesse James Boulevard. Let's see, where is Mr. Oh, there. Okay. Now tonight, you guys might realize. You didn't see me with my Load Luca. That's the gorgeous little battery-operated toy. Now, look, we're in a battery-operated generation where a lot of people have push-button toys. Or as I kind of like to refer to them as push-button pocket orgasms. Now you let that one soak in for a second. Now this toy, as you notice, it doesn't have anything going on. It's not making any noise. It's not doing anything. Oh no. What are we gonna do? We're gonna press the button 5 times. And then as you can see, it's counting down. And no, we're not on the Enterprise. We are not Klingons, and no self-destruct is going to happen. Instead, I'm going to turn the camera just a little bit. How about like that? Because YouTube book. I like the taste of that. Hold on a second. All right. How do you mix, or how do I incorporate other people on my phone? So to create a panel, can I even create a panel from my phone? Does anybody know, can that be done? Because I know I'm not going to play music. I'm copyright free. I like having the water flowing. I've had that water flowing for, well, on a loop. But it's just water falling over the rocks. I'm going down to Grand Rapids. I want to definitely do a panel because I think that it would be interesting to be able to ask questions and get answers, because my question I'd really like to pose to everybody: what do you see that's missing from the cannabis industry? Whatever city or state you're in, doesn't really matter, because it's universally, there's things that are missing from the missing elements. There's missing elements in the cannabis industry. Legitimate in places, okay, like today in America, 26 states, it's recreationally legal. Oh, wait a second, that's over half of the states, that's over half the population says it's legal. Then what the fuck? Why isn't the government, deregistering or classifying it, or, they're saying it's illegal like heroin? Well, then why don't they just say it's legal? And that way we can go to the bank and say, hey, I want a, bonded, business. I want to have I can't have a stoner's dens. This is what's really fucking pissing me off. And I didn't even want to bring it up. The fact that no matter what city I'm in Michigan, I can't have a restaurant and allow smoking of anything in the building. And it's not just the smoking of cannabis that are just, because they're with the concept that, okay, if they're smoking anything, they can't do it in a building, a public building. You can't smoke cigarettes, cigars, or pot in any building. Now, why the hell can't you? If I own this building and it's private members only, then why can't the private members only smoke all the pot they want in the members building called the Stoner's Dens? And if I want to sell food and pop and ice cream and cookies or whatever, who cares what I want to sell? Why can't I sell whatever I want to sell in the Stoner's Dens and allow people to smoke as much weed as they want to smoke in the Stoner's Dens? And Michigan says no, because they've got their their fingers at the throats of all business in Michigan. And again, it's not so much the fingerprints or the scratch marks on the neck, it's more the knee print on the back of my neck. I'm 65 and I have done everything in my life to try to make this legal, legitimate. There should not be any criminality attached or restrictions on my liberty as a auditor. This is what, I don't understand how they can get away with. It was originally over hemp taxation, and now that the real money is in carts and dabs, infused products, that's where the money is at. That's where the cash cow is at today of the cannabis itself. And we can't have a restaurant serving cannabis infused products in Michigan today. Fred Flintstone called and wants Jennifer Whitmer back. He can have her. I'm good with that deal. Okay. 1930s called and they want Joe Biden back. Okay. I wish I could go back in history and give Joe Biden's dad a condom. Yeah, time travel could be useful. Oh, that one didn't work, so that would have been okay if I didn't put my hand up there. Because my pretty little blue one works real good, and so I can just go. Okay. Oh, I can do that. Good vibes only. There we go. How's that? Is that just as lovely? There we go. I think they're trying to put too much tax on it. It isn't the ruling. I think this is the rules. I think it's the taxation, because that's, I think, the real deal why they won't let me have the cannabis, the Stoner's Dens. They have no way, because they won't allow it to make money. And because they won't allow it to be a profitable enterprise, that's the problem that I'm having with it. I need somebody to create pins. Now, everybody's all ambitious and wants to do different things, but when it comes down to brass tacks, nobody wants to do anything but sit on their ass and talk about it. Oh, well, let's talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I want to do something about it. And that's the problem. Why can't I have my Stoner's Dens? Why can't I have the trailer park of semi-trailers to grow weed with solar panels operating the power end of it, so the footprint is much less than it would have to be? It could be filled up with growers of weed from Anybody that lives with somebody that isn't cool with you growing weed, if you don't have room to grow weed, well, why can't you grow weed at, a trailer park of semi trailers? Yes, I'm still here. I am. I'm still here. Anybody see me? Hello? Oh, there it is. There it is. Up there. Okay. It does work. Okay. I think you're on something, Ray. I really think you're on point with that 420. I think that because every time I go in there, whether I'm buying, what is it, 2856. Okay, when I go in there and buy 56 joints, whose fucking business is that? I can go to the next business over, the next, go two stores over, or another, a mile down the road, and get it at a different dispensary and get another 2 ounces and go to somewhere. It it doesn't make, the laws don't make sense. They're so hyper intensified or focused. They're hyper focused on the taxation on the petty basis, when if you go to a farmer's market, there's guys at the farmer's market that are doing 15, 20, 25 times what the best cannabis stores in the city are doing. I mean, some of the people at the pop-up event had the most incredible, phenomenal products. I mean, delicious is absolutely just an understatement and a half. That there were people out there at Horizon Hydroponics that were, one guy come by and he had big, the old tobacco bag, and he had it full of tops, and he was passing out buds to everybody. And the other guy had already done that, and he was doing the same thing. It's the right thing to do at the gatherings. It's the follow your heart thing. If you are not following your heart and doing the right thing for as many people as you can, you kind of missing the mark. Okay, maybe you got to raise that bar a little higher. I frequently think that of people that they do what is absolutely minimalistically required of them, and not a gram of effort beyond that. The term I use, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing, and frequently I notice that that's not the response you get. Like, don't go to McDonald's and actually expect people to give they don't. It, at best, maybe a manager will portray the image of attempt to do it correct-ish towards the ownership. Won't fire me for saying what I'm saying. When I talked to that lady, and I let her know what an immature, childish behavior that she was displaying, that I found her to be a 12-year-old in an adult body and needed to really just go ahead and punch out for the day and go home and eat up 50 Twinkies, or, I don't know. But she looked like she go to the buffet and they go, oh no, not her again. She had, okay, she had at least been 25. And she looked like she was probably 5 foot-ish. Somewhere between 350 and 450 pounds. I'm not real good at guessing bulk in that manner. I, I frequently try. I don't always succeed in keeping a straight face, but there are moments that people do things in front of me, and I'm delighted they do it in front of me. That it's really okay that I get to witness what I get to witness or observe of humanity and the actions and participation of humans in various different ways and forms. Because remember, insanity and mental illness come in many varying shapes, forms, and fashions that don't always pan out exactly the same at all times. Sometimes it'll be really weird, the display or the symptom that I get to observe. But I observe it and I go, you're not what I wrote my thesis on, but I should have maybe guessed you existed. Because there's people out there that will absolutely amaze and dazzle you. They got a story as long as you're much fishing lines. You gotta reel them out. Let them run on out there. Why? Yeah. Pull it up taut every so often. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of hope that somebody out there is going to actually have fun. That's what I would really like to see happen. Is I'd like to see people have fun. And all the monetary gains, all the huge monies that people make, I frequently realize that I see a friend around the corner. He's also a Marine, or was active. Now he's retired. He's an old man like me, and oh my God, Grim Reaper Network, fantastic! I don't think I've ever seen you in my. This is new, fabulous. I'm delighted. You're the only person in here. I got my backup phone and you. Um, I don't know how to do a live stream and incorporate another person. I don't know how to add somebody to a live stream on a phone. I gotta get me either set the computer up or set up the laptop. I don't know if the laptop is compatible with today's technology. This thing is a Chromebook from Acer. Yeah. Oh, I don't have a StreamYard account. I was running into glitches on StreamYard. It said I already had an account. It's like, no, I don't. And I tried logging in, and they said long password. And then it's somebody else's phone number. It's like, that's not my phone number. I got a verified account with YouTube, with Google, with LinkedIn, and yet StreamYard's giving me difficulties. And I gotta hit a drink of this stuff here. It is going to be snowing here within. Let me check my watch. It says 4:20, so I'm guessing it's 4:20. I don't know. really don't. So often I think I know it all, and then I realize I really don't. Grim, I sure appreciate you coming in here. I don't really have a lot of things to talk about. I showed off some of the channels that I really love. I've been watching some of these channels for a long time, and I don't know. It just my tolerance seems to wear thin. Um, my my that TV is scrolling. I don't know why. All right, TV, get it together. I don't know. This is a Wi-Fi phone and it's working just fine and flunky. And my TV just took I'm not gonna work for you. How about that? Water falling sound effects? No. Water fine. Maybe my Wi-Fi is down. Let's see if it loads. Oh, it don't seem to be loading. Well, could be my Wi-Fi took a shit. I hope not. Nah, that can't be it. Let's go to that channel. Now, mind you, let me show you what my favorite channel is. That's right. TV being off. That's actually my favorite channel. That's when the TV says, Rob, you have watched me so long that I'm going to shut off on you. Because I'm a nice guy. And it does. It just goes. And it's like, what happened here? Don't know. Don't have to care. I hope. Really? I could do that? I could go to your website and then to StreamYard through. Well, that clearly would be the right way to. Man, that'd be cool if I could do that. They're dragging their feet on the YouTube creator programs. I need to learn about a Patreon program. Let's see. Hey, my TV came back. Uh-oh. What are you up to? The Campfire Kiss on Plex? Probably not. Let's see, what recent apps does it say that I've used? Flying carpets in Rome. I haven't tried the flying carpets yet. Anybody knows where them are located, let me know. Geology Hub. I didn't let everybody know that I like geology. And so Geology Hub and Traveler of the Entire World. That was good stuff. We're going to get snowed on, but not like they're going to get up there in upstate New York. Upstate New York is going to get hammered on compared to here. Of course, every time it snows over in that side of the planet, that part of New York, they get dumped on. They don't just get dumped on a little bit. They get dumped on a whole heap of a bunch. And so as a creator, inventor, I've got a couple of ideas that would actually make some good money for over there, but implementation of plans and things like that. Hey guys, I want to ask you something. If you've ever torn out a dam, have you ever been like on a creek somewhere on your property and have to tear out a dam and the mess that it is and the mess that it makes and the time that it takes to clean it up? I'll be honest, I don't mind a good day's work. Really, I don't. As long as somebody else does it. Okay, I mean, I'm nice about that. I'm polite and I stay out of the way. But yeah, that's reality. I don't. You have your own streaming service. All this time, what I've been doing is I've been building towards getting at least 1 to 2,000, maybe 2,500 people that are like-minded, meaning they like gambling, they like smoking weed or participating in the cannabis industry. I need to get about 2,500 of them together. I think would be a good number. I met about 1,000, little over 1,000. And what I want to do is I want to release a video series. I think would be a good title is the Cannabis Coin Pusher. And to that end, I own the copyright, the name. I'm trying to make this thing be something that really matters, that will create employment opportunities for people to make money, not just myself as the creator of the concept, but because I came up with a concept that is going to require a team to build this device, the coin pushers, and they're highly profitable. And they're highly profitable in a multitude of ways, meaning that the cost to build one compared to the cost or price of selling it. All in, the last one we built, me and Mark and his brother, Mike and Mark and Justin. And we built one of them. We didn't have $150 into it total. The motor, the power converter, we didn't have $150 into it. And we got $800 out of it. The Pac-Man machines, the old-fashioned, not the sit-down ones, the stand-up Pac-Man, Tetris, Zaxxon, a lot of them kind of bodied machines can be revamped, repurposed into being a coin pusher machine, which can be titled any one of number. We got a whole. Ding ding ding. I ain't gonna give away all the brand names, but Cash Cow Enterprises and Cash Cow Entertainment. We're gonna release a bunch of different brand names of coin pushers. And Man Cave is one of them. If you're into concentrates, then you burn it in a rig. Okay, well, then the name of the game is It's Rigged. Dabs, battered, butter, shattered, we got some brand names that make sense. What's the sense of making something if it don't make sense? Everybody always tells me, make it make sense. Well, to make something make sense, you have to want something. You got to have a purpose, a reason why. And if you can't come up with a productive reason why, then chances are it's just a delusion. When we opened up Village Pantry in 1984 in Indianapolis, we opened up one on Rural Avenue. And it wasn't very long. It was like 82. And it was one after another. We opened one, then another, then another, then another, then another, because it was profitable. And the things, okay, today 7-Eleven and Speedway are the same company. Speedway was purchased by 7-Eleven Corp. And so now when you go to Speedway, you can buy a Slurpee or any number of other things that they sell at Speedway because there's 7-Eleven. So knowing this, I think that the bigger picture of 420 in plain sight, when that put together is the different things such as IPS Grow Systems, Stoner's Dens, the 420 Network, Weed Box Rentals, Stoner Bob's Collectibles and Delectables, Stoner Bob's Lids, It's Rigged, Caveman, Coin Pusher, Stoner Dollar Stores, Cannabis Temp Service, which is a processing service, providing trimming services. A lot of the things that are missing in today's cannabis industry is only because nobody sat down and said, no, all we got to do is put a business together. Okay? Hint, hint, hint. Kill Hut. Yeah, dude, no kidding. How you doing? Oh, I missed somebody's right there. Oh, I didn't. I got it. Okay. I didn't miss it. I think that Bull Bottom's concept, except the people in China didn't come through with a good enough product. I ordered this and this and this from there, and instead of getting that and that from there, I got insufficient quality, and I was just damn disappointed. Now I'm looking for a local manufacturer to make them for me. I've got some shit going on. I need things made that people request. I need an enamel pin maker. I need somebody that makes enamel pins. Because I have requests from, because I sell things. I meet people. I introduce myself on purpose. I sell goofy stuff, just absolutely phenomenally stupid stuff. But this stuff here, little pins, they just got little rubber backs or little metal pin backs. But these little pins, especially like the Mystery Machine and Garfield, Garfield sells and sells and sells. I only have like 26, 27, I think 27 different pins. But I got 300 or 400 pins on hand because them 26 or 27, I got like duplicates. 4 of this, 4 of that, 3 of this, 3 of that, a couple of the American flag. But know this, I buy them for every time less than $1. I never pay, I don't hit $1. And I sell these things for, you're not going to like me, I sell them $3 a piece, 2 for $5, 4 for $10. And I literally can get rid of, like, if I go to 3 different dispensaries, which are like a couple of miles apart, But if I go to 3 different dispensaries, I can sell out in one day 200 or 300 pins. Do some groceries if you ever want. I do. Um, I absolutely would like to get you together with Matt. Um, from Seed to Stoned. Have you? Are you friends with From Seed to Stoned? Where at? Wait a second. Where? I stopped in. What store was that? Is that the one on 44th or on Division? 'Cause I'm lost in space. Um, well, man, come on. You expect me to be smart? Oh, yeah, of course I'll stop by your stream. I thought you meant your store. I thought you had a store that came into. Um, yeah, I do. I go to all kinds of people's streams because that's how we grow. We share with each other and among each other. We talk about each other, especially behind our backs. It's the best way to do it. Make damn sure you talk about me behind my back. I love saying it like that because people get just so torqued up with they're so worried. They're always so worried. Before, okay, I didn't know Mayhem and Miracles. I didn't know Masha. But somebody said, hey, go see Masha. Check out her channel. Now, mind you, I had 6.7 hours. That's how many watch hours I had. And I told her yesterday or the day before that I'd cleared 100 watch hours because I listened to her. I did what she said. She said, you need watch hours, do a live stream. It don't matter what you put on the live stream. Just put your and she was telling me the same thing that Think Media basically had been telling me. Point your camera, press record, let it record a while, press stop, post it on your tube that you, guess what? You'll increase your watch time. Well, they didn't quite put it that down to earth and basic nuts and bolts, but let me tell you something. Sean Connell and vidIQ, everything that they say and babble on and on and on and on about, and people pay money to listen to them, and all they're really saying is the same thing that the NH and Devo and I Love Weed and all the different people been saying to me. Everybody's saying the same thing. They just saying it in a little different way. Be true unto thyself. Be wise. Be kind. Share your heart. Share from the heart. Be who you really are. Don't pretend to be something you're not. You can't be something you're not. Be true to yourself. Be true unto yourself. Be whatever it is that you are, and be happy that you are who you are and what you are. There's only one of you, okay? You might have similar genetic characteristics as other human beings. You didn't get to pick your mom and dad any more than I did, okay? Anytime somebody starts doing this about skin color, just remind them you didn't get to pick your mom and dad any more than I did. And usually that gets them to kind of snap out of their stupidity. Um, I had a kid, I was at a project taking care of business. And if you look at any of my videos from like one of them's titled Another Project. And this guy couldn't have been 17, 16, 17. And he came by with two or three of his buddies. The one kind of tried to say something and he caught on it. He was being ignored. And the other one started running his mouth. He realized, "Hey, you're being ignored." Finally, the third one just wouldn't stop. He running his mouth. And I said, because he said something along the lines of, "Oh, are you the ones out here smoking all the weed?" And it's like, no, the entire crew all got a joint to smoke for lunch today because we're celebrating our 56th job of the year already. And this kid, he's like, "Oh, could I get some?" I said, "Would you want me to give your child, if you have a baby right now, would you want me giving your baby weed?" He goes, "Well, no." I said, "Well, no, why are you asking a grown-ass man to give a little boy some weed? You go home and ask your daddy for some." I think like that. It's more than the legality of it. It isn't about a legal thing. It's about responsible, respectable human adult isn't going to be handing off to a stranger's child, 16-year-old, anything. Man, go hang out with your children and your age ass kids, man. Don't be coming up some retiree expecting that you're going to be buddy with somebody that's retired. That's just not going to be the case. I mean, and so Pollock just don't wash that way. Oh man, I missed it. Oh, I'm backing up just a smidgen here. There's a channel that I'm watching, and it's KEN. Hold on here, guys. Hold on. KENISLOVAS. Kenneth Sloves. And this skinny little dude, he's in Lithuania. And he keeps the canals. They got a lot of canals over there, real flatland. And so somebody has to go around knocking out all the beaver dams because they're not smart enough to just trap the beavers. Oh my God, that rocket science. Or is it, I don't think it's, okay, common sense. Okay, it doesn't even require rocket science because not everybody speaks 27th grade education. So, common sense is only common if it's actually shared by others. And frequently I've noticed that what I think of as common sense, boy, it don't even register with some people. I mean, people are not paying attention. Okay. I see that, and I equate it to going to a restaurant, and you have to remind them how to do their job. Like, what goes in the bag you're you're putting a bag together for me. Do you think maybe you could follow the ticket that you just printed up? It says what I purchased. You might consider following that a little bit. And so my as a retired chef, I more than slightly amused with the performance of some of the actors that I see in some of these food establishments. And I pay attention. Dude, I'm so far out sometimes. It's the carts. I mean, I can smoke weed all day long, and it don't even touch my nose hardly. I mean, but holy shit, I start twerking on these carts, and I'll have one in each hand and not even realize it. Sit here and not just, set it down, and I'll have the other one in my other hand, beating the shit out of it. I'll set it down, and I'll reach over, and there's another one. I do. I get so in pie. And I'm having fun. And I don't hurt anybody. Nobody hurts me. My grandkids don't even know I'm doing this. They don't even know I smoke weed because I never talk about it around any the babies. If they're not old enough to be at the grow, then they don't know. I mean, that's reality. And you gotta exclude the children from the event of smoking pot. And that's right, one love, man. That's right. And there was a guy that was living down in Alabama, and he had and YouTube took him down, and his community just fought him tooth and nail. He was free the weed. That was his phrase. His catchphrase was free the weed. Hell of a nice guy. And but the community of, let's face it, guys, 1937 is when the foolish thinking of making marijuana illegal happened. So 1937 called, and Alabama said, well, we're still there. 1937, we're there. They're not growing up. They're not catching on. They're not doing what needs to be done. It's like Missouri, it just got legal. And I think it's Indiana that still got its head in its pocket. They're scared to make it legal. Just like Governor Snyder, when he was in office, vetoed. Now, it's 2016. He vetoed 137,000 verified registered voters' signatures applying to make marijuana legal. And then he got on Twitter, because everybody was still using Twitter. And he got on Twitter and he said, we not only do not want it came down to the 137,000 signatures do not reflect an adequate number of Michigan adults that want this to happen. And then, as two sentences later, he said, and we don't want that dirty money in our state. Oh, really? 92 days later, his ass was out of office. Okay. There's reasons. There's consequences. Like they say, there's consequences for voting or not voting. Well, okay. It was either the complete out in left field retarditis of this build more prisons. This put more Michigan residents in prison so we can make more money. How about we empty the prisons of anybody that doesn't have to be there? Any violent criminal, sex offender, murderer, yeah, keep him there, throw away the key. Who cares? If somebody don't belong there, they're in there for child support. No, man, make them work. Give them a job. Give them an extra job. Make them work 2 jobs. They don't want to work. They'll sit in that room right there until they decide to go to work. They get tired of sitting in your caged room, then they'll go to work. Okay? People want to work when it's, required. That's like the people who don't want to pay child support. Find out they got to pay child support. You want to pay for that child? You shouldn't have made that child. You should. Excuses are like elbows. Most people come to the table with a couple of them at ready at all times, and that is a fact. Okay, because lots of people come to the table well equipped with excuses. I can make up any excuse you want to hear. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's actual, factual. It just means that's what people do. They make up excuses because they think by making up excuses, it's going to make everything all right. And it don't. It don't make everything all right. Excuses are just pandering, placating people, making people feel better about themselves. Put that Band-Aid on that stamp and make everything all better. Put a little sugar on it, make it even more better. Might as well put a little salt on it. That'll help it out too. Not maybe the way you want it to, but it'll help somebody somehow. I gotta tell you, I didn't really have an appreciation for stupid people. But after watching Ron White, and I don't know if anybody knows who Ron White is. But after watching Ron White, I got an appreciation for stupid people. And you might wonder why I say it like that. Kit Boga, scammer payback. Those kind of things actually, when you're doing something right in this world, people take notice, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing. I love him, man. I'm telling you, he's there with his cigar, right, and his glass of whatever he's drinking tonight. He probably has to bring his own jug because they don't have his kind behind the bar tonight. And tater salad. I'm telling you, when he did tater salad, I put him right there with Tim Conway. I put him on the same, make me just laugh my guts out that Tim Conway is the same way as Ron White. Really funny, absolutely can just lay out a punchline and just straight face it, or he might sometimes crack a little smile or something as he's saying it. But yeah, Ron White's one of my very favorites. Yep, they call me Tater Salad. You talk to me like that, you might end up with mashed potatoes for face. When he described the little bony dude that said, "You are out of here," and he said, "No, I'm not," and he was out of there. Just the way you described it, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy who could just. And now that I don't drink, it's been a long time since I poured alcohol in me. And now when I see people that, it didn't at the time, it makes sense that, but now that I look back on it, I'm so glad to be this free of alcohol, because I remember how I used to act, and I'm about the same today as I always was, except now um, I keep myself a little more restrained. I know today though that not enough people are getting punched in the face. Maybe that's just my perception, but with all the soft, weak human nonsense I keep experiencing around me, and it was like during the scamdemic, they flip the script this way, flip the script this way, move the goalpost over that way. Come on, give the participation award. Excellent in education went out the window. The Me Too movement died when Biden took office. I see the results today. I got to be honest with you. I'm just completely bummed out about the Conway transportation, yellow freight. Um, in 1989, no, 1987, 1987, a trucking company called Pacific Inland Express closed their doors. In doing so, it idled 22,000 union drivers. First day in office, Joe Biden, what did he do? He killed 12,000 union jobs. Last May, Yellow Roadway Corporation, YRC, idled 23 or 24,000 union jobs. Right in the trash can. And Joe Biden, being the union man that he is, instead of signing into law something that could have helped save all them jobs, he was talking out this side of his mouth, looking that way, talking outside his neck. Kill Hud, what's up, brother? Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still babbling. Can you believe I'm actually doing it? I'm actually here, and there's you and me here in the chat. And I don't think yeah, that's my other phone. That's so I can see the chat. Because I see the chat on here, but then I can read it better on this phone because I can see better on this phone. Are you on Division Avenue? I'm trying to figure out if that's. I'm not Bob. No, Bob Mazzoli is not me. That's somebody. I don't know who that is. That's somebody named Bob, like me. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people named Bob in this world. Oh man, 2 hours and 38 minutes. I never thought I'd ever be able to do that. I mean, really? Over 2 hours of Babbling Bob. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. That's what I should name my next. That's what I should name my next live chat. Babbling Bob. That might not be a bad idea. Babbling Bob. Yeah, and I had 3 phones on that thing, man. It's like your hours got to be adding up. Okay, I'm guessing here. Just a second here. I'm smoking. Good finger. Oh, well, shit. I wish I was monetized. I did the math, and there only needs to be 46 months in a year for me to get monetized in 1 year. So I need to really step up to the plate and do better videos. Or there needs to be about 46 months in a year. Because with my present videos and my watch hours, and I did the math, and there needs to be about 46 months a year for me to qualify for that 4,000 watch hours. maybe maybe I'm taking this shit just a little too serious, like W Casino. Oh man. When I was talking to somebody the other day on LinkedIn, I went to one of the channels that had a live stream going on LinkedIn. And one of the groups that I'm in that had that live stream going, there was 1.6 million people in the group. And I said, if you're watching me here on LinkedIn, instead of watching me on YouTube, snap out of it. LinkedIn ain't paying you nothing. No matter how many people watch you on LinkedIn, you are not going to benefit 1 penny from LinkedIn. Okay? Nary a cent. No. 9. If you speak German, 9. Okay, you're not going to make penny 1 from LinkedIn. It's for connections only. The 1,700 connections on LinkedIn means nothing compared to having 1,000 subscribers. Okay, the 1,000 people that I mostly, the first 950 of them were person to person, shaking somebody's hand and saying, hey, I'm Stoner Bob of the 420 Network. Would you subscribe to my channel? And that's how I got my first about 950 subscribers. Oh my God, you ought to see what LinkedIn is like nowadays. There's live streams just like they think they're Facebook or Farcebook or Twitter book or something. I mean, they're doing live streams, podcasts. Okay, because we're podding, I guess. We're all taking a good healthy pod. Okay, it's my guess. I'll try to keep a straight face about it. No, LinkedIn has more groups about cannabis. I mean, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I don't know how long ago it was that LinkedIn came on. I think it was like 15, 18 years ago, I think is when LinkedIn came on. It was like, it was Pinterest. I remember when Pinterest came out and everybody's, oh man, I gotta have Pinterest, yeah. And so I had Pinterest and had, I don't know, 300,000 subscribers, followers, or I'd have to look at my pictures to be sure, but I think it's followers on Pinterest and subscribers on YouTube and sister cousins or something on Facebook. Is your uncle and your dad. Stick stick to Facebook. You'll be fine. No, I'm strictly kidding. There's absolutely nothing useful, in my opinion, about Facebook. It's an addiction, and there's a lot of frauds and fakes and people that say they're this and they're actually that. And I, I'm actually the guy. I don't care what other people do. I'm not responsible for the actions of others. I don't give two shits what another human being does or doesn't do. They're the one that has to bend their knee to the Lord Jesus. Okay? As all humans do. Okay? So what's on your heart, it's on your heart. What's on your conscience, it's on your conscience. There's a reckoning. There shall be a reckoning for every human being. Never worry, never fear. Your days are numbered here. No matter how old or no matter how young you are, it's all. What's it? I found that um, my because I'm a granddad, old guy, da da da. They all got my phone number. Okay, everybody's got the phone number. All the kids, all the grandkids, all the great grandkids. All they do is they press the button, go, Grandpa, I need this. Okay, you can have it. Tell your mom to call me. Then next time comes around, I'm the bad guy again. I love being a bad guy. Oh my God. I remember I used to get phone calls at the base, and oh my God, you need to come out here and get this guy. He's one of your stupid Marines. You need to come and get this guy. Wait a second. I'm in charge of nothing. I'm a cook in the chow hall. Why are you calling my barracks? I mean, literally, people would call the payphone. And how they got the phone number to the payphone on base, but they would call payphones. You'd hear the payphones ringing. There's a whole line of payphones. And two or three of them be ringing at the same time. They just want to talk to Marines. Go to a not in uniform, out of uniform, just in civvies, and the super short haircut and clean shave, no mustache. It's kind of obvious you know, you're in the Marines. And I remember being well, I was still 17, and I remember going to the skating rink because I like to roller skate, and I'm pretty damn. I mean, just get out of Marine Corps boot camp, and I'm sitting here at this sweet, cushy job. Oh my God, I had such a good time working at Skate Ranch. Met some of the most incredible people. Went hang gliding with people. Go out fishing. Some of the fancy boats. People call them yachts. Okay. I never bought one, so I don't care. It's a boat going out on the water, going fishing. Hey man, that thing was decked out. It had it. I couldn't think of anything more that I would have needed on that boat than was already on the boat. And when we got back off that boat and we got back on shore, and I never, ever, ever, ever went back on that small boat again on the ocean because, well, let's just say it was one of them kind of experiences where I said once was enough. Okay, we went out to Catalina Island and they're around and back. And it's when the big waves were hitting the Newport Beach and Long Beach and all up and down the coast. It convinced me there's a reason why I don't have flippers. Okay. Human beings and the ocean. Now, yeah, there can be a symbiotic relationship. Um, there's a lot of things that human beings can appreciate about the ocean, but it takes one earthquake. Now, you remember back in 2011, March, I think it was. No, it was Christmas time or something. Yeah, December 26th. And that tsunami came inland in Japan. Well, imagine, if you will, you're you're in Newport Beach or Long Beach or Laguna or no matter where you're at the beach in California. You look way off in the distance and you can see the mountains everywhere, and you can see this line all the way down on them mountains. You go all the way across. I mean, that line is just a steady, straight line. It goes all the way as far as the eye can see that way. As far as the eye can see that way. And it's the same line on all the mountains. Okay? And you know what that line is. That's where the water from tsunamis have washed inland all the way to the mountains. Okay? It takes one of them tsunamis to happen, and it's going to wipe out tens of millions of humans. Okay? Now, that's reality. Okay? Them tsunamis have happened in the past. It is not a hypothetical, it could happen again. It's a when it happens again. That's what really is the truth of the matter. Above anything and everything else that I ever get across to anybody on this thing is that, remember, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. Charity begins at home. Help the ones you love. Be good to the ones you can. A lot of people out there Want and want and want. And I always say, how's it feel to want? Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Don't be texting and driving. If you're driving, put your phone down and just leave it alone. You notice I've really cleaned up my vocabulary. I'm not swearing every other word. Jason, listen, Aussie Coin Pusher, let me tell you a little something. I talk this is bad or worse than you, okay? Because I did a whole lot of time in the Marine Corps. And after being a Marine, there wasn't much that would satisfy me in life. So I drove truck for a living. You got to know truck drivers have quite a vocabulary. Yes, they know how to swear. And as I've heard, you swear like a truck driver. Man, I'm delighted. That's the nicest compliment anybody could ever say to me. Because that means that it's almost as good as saying I swear like a Klingon. I don't speak Klingonese, but I kind of wish I did because I'd like to be able to swear like a Klingon. That seems to be quite a high mark of praise to be said something like that. I remember telling my drill instructor that after boot camp, now, mind you, I'm the guy that got caught imitating Gomer Pyle. I mean, I laid it on. I was like, golly, and I said it loud enough that like 5 different drill instructors heard me. They were just a little slightly less than impressed. And as you can imagine, that didn't happen like later on in boot camp. This happened at like day T2, like the second day of recruit training. I thought as a 17-year-old it would be smart to imitate Gomer Pyle. Well, my drill instructors were very much not impressed. Okay, to say it mildly, they were less than impressed with 135, 138 pound 17-year-old from Hastings, Michigan. I remember Sergeant Martin going, "You nasty thing, you," because he was like that far behind me when I decided to show off my qualified training of imitating Gomer Pyle. And they had a term called the demonstration private, the private that had to demonstrate to other privates how to do bends and thrusts, how to do push-ups, how to do jumping jacks, how to do running in place. And yes, I was tasked with that unique talent to be the demonstration private. So, getting to MCRD at 137 pounds, I got home from boot camp after being on double rations for the entire time I was there and being put through let's just say that they comprehended that I needed special training. And I needed to do more push-ups than anybody else. I needed to do more bends and thrusts than anyone else. I actually had to put on about 57 pounds. And I did. I put on 57 pounds in boot camp. And when I got there, I could do all 3 pull-ups that was like the minimum requirement to get my bony little ass into boot camp. And I could do all 3 of them pull-ups upon command. Anytime you like, I can get up and knock out 3 whole pull-ups. Like, I'm Mr. Superstar. I got arms that are this big around. Well, needless to say, when I came home from boot camp, my arms didn't look like pencils. And I was no longer 137 pounds. I was 197, 195, 190, whatever the hell. But almost 200 pounds. And I'd gone from being the minimalistically little short dude of 5'3.5", came home 5'11.5". I just say I did some growing up at boot camp. And I remember I got home and this young man that had bullied me all the way, oh my God, this guy had picked on me and picked on me and picked on me all through school. And I was like compelled to go back to the high school and find him because he had clearly failed in high school and got put back a year. So when I got home from boot camp, he was still a dumbass in high school. Well, I went and visited him and we moved furniture around a little bit, shook hands with each other's nose, and it was interesting. You know, he hadn't had somebody stand up to him in a long time. I hadn't stood up to anybody in a long time. It was an interesting experience. It was kind of entertaining for me because he had no concept of what had happened to me until it was a little too late for him. But, I didn't hurt him. I kind of bruised him up a little bit. But he swung too. He's a pretty good fighter too. But I'd kind of gone from like being a couple inches shorter than him to being a couple inches taller than him. And I returned the favor, showing him how it feels to be bullied around and pushed around and bullied her a little bit more. And then we got that other guy and went down to the Tide Park. Well, we had to help somebody get their attitude adjusted down there. I wasn't drinking yet. I didn't even start drinking until I was like, at Okinawa. Who would have thunk it? I didn't drink alcohol. Well, I just didn't like it. I was only 17. So as soon as I turned 18, they're like, hey, you're 18 now. You want to go to Okinawa? I was like, yes. A year ago, I wanted to go and I couldn't. So finally, when I turned 18, they sent me to Okinawa for the first time. And oh my God, I loved it. Yes. Okinawa, Philippines, everywhere. Guys, we did it. We made the 3-hour mark. I love you. Thanks for coming. I'm going to shut her down. Be blessed.